The jab to the body is the safest counter that you can land in a closed exchange. Because it's a simultaneous counter, it's very, very low risk. And because it's low risk, it gives you a moment to make reads. This is an important pillar of my game as a small pressure fighter. And I'm going to talk to you about the reads that I look for and how I respond so that you can learn them as well. You can utilize them in your sparring and eventually have success when you fight. Assisting us with today's lesson is our own small pressure fighter and two-time Tri-State Golden Glove champion, Tristan. It's important to remember when you fight, both you and your opponent are building an idea of who each other are, technique by technique, moment by moment. They don't know you from Adam, and they're figuring this out as you go. If you make them miss a shot, for a brief moment in their mind, you are an unhittable opponent. If you land a shot, for a brief moment in their mind, you are an opponent who can't be hit and can hit them back. It's very important to leverage this to allow you to build momentum in your fights. You can really snowball this psychology into a huge amount of success if you know what you're looking for and if you can make a good first impression. As someone who's small for my weight class, the first punch that I usually land an opponent is that jab to their body as they're jabbing to my head. I slide off to my right side, I throw that jab as they jab, and that's first blood in the fight. From here, I need to make some reads and build momentum as we talked about in the intro. So, how did they react? And what can I do with that? Let's talk about the 3 ways that they may respond. In an effort to stay one step ahead, I need to recognize, did they just defend the shot? Did they defend the shot and then counter on different beats? Or did they try to lead me and punch as I slip, where I'm going to slip? Because each of these responses is going to dictate how I make my adjustments moving forward. It's important to remember before we talk specifics that you must set a pattern to break a pattern. I practice the rule of 3s and 5s just like comedy. So I show them a tactic, I show them it again to let them know that it's something I intend to continue to do, and then as they give me their response, I subvert their expectation on the 3rd attempt. Then I go back to the original on the 4th, and then when they've gotten comfortable with that and they go back to their original tactics, I attack with that subversion again on the 5th beat. So I go original, original, subversion, original, subversion. You can mix this up. Everybody has their own system that they use. If I'm working with more experienced fighters, I might shift this up, anticipating them making adjustments sooner. But when I'm working with novices especially, or amateurs, even at the open class, the rules of 3s and 5s is usually what I adhere to. So, if I threw that jab to the body and then the next time I do it, they just defend their body, but they don't counter me, that means that I need to give them the same look. My head is safe in the position that it's moving to as I slip to my right, but a new target needs to be selected. They're defending their body, so now as I dip down and draw that body defense, I will simultaneously jab upstairs. I am feinting as I change my target. I dip as I jab upstairs. And remember, we're playing with the rule of 3s here, so that means show it to them again, and then pull the rug out on them on that 3rd attempt. If they defend their body and then counter, then you realize that your head position is safe briefly and an opening is about to appear on that 2nd beat to their head. So if they do this, you're going to want to bait that defense and that counter, and then rise up over their counter shot and shoot a 2nd shot to their head as that opening appears. This is usually where I dip low jab to the body and then rise up and jab high. If they don't defend and counter, and instead they choose to try to lead your head, to try to punch with you to that new position, then you recognize the position your head is moving into is not safe. And an opening is going to appear very quickly on the 1/2 beat to their head. So in an effort to take advantage of that, instead of actually dropping into this position to jab to the body, you're simply gonna feint the level change and then shoot up top. This means they punch for where they anticipated you were going to be, and you quickly take advantage of that opening. All of these situations call for a keen eye and a good understanding of distancing and timing. At the start of this, we talked about the rule of 3s and 5s. So far, we've been demoing the rule of 3s. To stretch this out, you can fall on the same tactics of pattern setting and subversion. And if the person is beginning to defend that shot to the head, then this creates an opening to the body and you can go back to your original tactics. For example, I can go to the body to show them, to the body to show it's a pattern. I can subvert and come upstairs, and then as they defend that shot upstairs, I can return to the body before subverting again. This constant leapfrogging and escalation of tactics allows you to stay one step ahead and gives you a lot of inroads, whether you're landing that jab to the body or you're landing that jab to the head, or you're using this jab to hide your movement or hide a follow-up shot. If you can do all of this successfully, you can manage your own system that allows you to get in with your skill set, whether you're southpaw, orthodox, tall, or small, then you will have success when you fight.